episode of NBA 2K TV.
These are exciting times. The NBA is back. The WNBA is back.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I absolutely love seeing live basketball on my screen once again. It's glorious.
It is awesome, and it's been fun to see what the players are doing to keep busy inside the bubble. A lot of them, of course, are hooping on NBA 2K.
Yeah, speaking of which, one WNBA player, Ariel Powers, is even hosting her own 2K tournament, and we caught up with her to talk.
Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. Hey, Dave. Well, it's a terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell out there with Beasley, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. And for Utah, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. Towns, the pass to Hernan Gomez. No good. The Jazz go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively. Drew a lot of fouls in that game.
Two things are a product of that. One, you shoot a ton of freebies. Two, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those two things is going to work.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. All alone. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
Conley's shot is off. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Rockets. Tries from 10. Hernan Gomez, no good. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Conley into the lane, and he uses the glass on the layup. Conley's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here is Russell. Right side Towns, jacks up a 3, and Russell gets it to go on the assist by Towns.
Arguably the most dangerous weapon in D'Angelo Russell's arsenal. This guy is a problem for the defense.
Conley gets the bucket.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
And there's the pass to Hernan Gomez. And now here comes Conley leading the break. And the layup is good. Conley's got 8 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Hernan Gomez kicks to Beasley. Hernan Gomez against Ingles. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns. They get the rebound. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Ingles, rebounded by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
If they're playing in their own building, they probably win that basketball game. The reality is it's a hard thing to win on the road in the NBA.
And Doris, last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
Hernan Gomez against Ingles. Snatched up. Okogie misses.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Rebounded. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Tries again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
How about this guy? He comes into the league as an undrafted free agent, and Joe Ingles has more than proven his worth. The high IQ, the lights-out shooting from deep, so much to love about Ingles.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. 6 to shoot. Culver passes to Reed. It's stolen by Mudiay. And now Ingles pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And it's Layman in the corner. Here's Reed. He's guarded by Davis. Johnson can't hit. Utah leading by 3. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
I'm telling you this, if you leave one of Ingles' teammates open, Joe is going to find him.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Johnson, the pass to Reed. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And it's blocked.
And great positioning there from Culver. That's what allowed him to get the block.
And so it's Mike Conley making highlights for the Utah Jazz. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned.
You've been really pleased about a coach like that.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Layman is out there with Johnson. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the 5 spot.
This is a strength of Mudiay's, right? Get into the lane, put your speed to good use. Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him. Well, what a job, punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Here's Clarkson. That shot, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the 3rd of 7 straight on the road. Outside, Davis. With the putback. It's good on the putback. Clarkson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Goes back up. And Davis pulls it down. And it's Davis with the ball for Utah. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Jarrett Culver.
Well, when Emmanuel Mudiay has got deep post position, boy, he is going to attack and earn the trip to the strike.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard number.
Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's tipped. In transition, here come the Jazz. They double him with Russell. Davis, the pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That's why Gobert is such a high percentage scorer. He finds a way to finish with that great length.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Timberwolves trail by 15. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that matchup with the Blazers, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's Niang. Johnson with the block. Over to the wing. D2 from Russell. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game for the Jazz. O'Neal's checked in for Davis. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson, and it's Conley in for Moutier. Timberwolves also changing it up. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Johnson. Okogie comes in for Jake Layman, and it's Malik Beasley in for Culver. Timberwolves trail by 10, and it's Towns penetrating, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
How are you supposed to stop that? For his size, Towns is so difficult to keep in front.
Conley gets the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Beasley for three, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Conley, rebounded by the Timberwolves. Okogie's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Beasley, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Jazz leading by 7. And it's Conley penetrating. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
I'm impressed with Conley's scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
Beasley kicks to Hernangomez. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Well, Rudy Gobert stands 7'1", and he's an unselfish guy. It puts the pass on the money.
There's Russell with the 3. And so that's the end of the first half. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They saw their lead grow to a high water. And that
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Michael Conley, what a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Here's Conley. Pass to Gobert. Kicks it to O'Neal. Over Beasley. And O'Neal gets it to go. O'Neal's got the first points of the second half here for Utah. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Doris, and you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see. Towns in the corner from the wing. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got his 4th rebound in this one. In transition, here come the Jazz. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. O'Neal dishes to Conley. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's a Kogi. Ingles against Hernan Gomez. From deep. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Passes to Russell. Beasley against Mitchell. They need this. Hits the 3-point bomb. 6 points for Beasley.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
On the wing, Mitchell. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. High post try. Good as the jump shot falls. Mitchell's got 6 here in this quarter.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
Shot clock at 5. From deep, Ingles. But they get it back. Beasley with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 18. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns. 1:14 left here in the third quarter. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Jazz have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Ring shot on the way. And it's Mitchell missing. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Beasley, nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Beasley's got 8 points.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
From 17 feet out. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Here's Mitchell. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 16. Here's Reed. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The drive by Mitchell. Goes up on the block. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Minnesota, they've got James Johnson, Culver out there with Layman, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Here's Layman, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Mitchell looking it over. And here's Clarkson. Back to Davis. Fires from deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And Jared Culver gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Jazz with some changes. Joe Ingles is checked in for Davis. And Royce O'Neal subbed in for Moutier. Here's Mitchell. It's deflected. Beasley outside. Stolen by Clarkson. Here's Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
You see Donovan Mitchell finding his rhythm. You're in for a long night. He is effortless offensively.
Beasley, the pass to Reed. And no good. Gobert with the defensive effort. Utah leading by 16. Fires from 14. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Here's Reed. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Gobert against Johnson. Reed. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles. He's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover, because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Minnesota. Count that bucket.
Now, this is where Joe Ingles is gifted at realizing when he should go up with it. Really good timing on that shot.
Beasley outside. Pass to Russell. Down low. Here's Towns. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And this, to me, is important for Karl Anthony Towns. We know he has a terrific perimeter game, but I like to see him take charge on the interior first.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Mitchell up top, over by Beasley. Conley inside the line. And, yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Utah.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Donovan Mitchell.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Beasley with the steal. Russell with a wide open look. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Mitchell with it. 6 on the shot clock. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Conley inside the line, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. From deep, Evans buries it from three-point range.
And really the defense not organized on that inbounds play, and boy, did they pay the price with the triple.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. body fluid, and goaltending.
Aerial Powers, welcome to 2K TV. So excited to have you on. I've wanted to have you on the show for a long time, so I am super excited that you're here right now. I know you're in the WNBA bubble. How is that and what's going on?
It's great. My internet is back and active, so I am in a wonderful state right now.
What have you been up to in the bubble?
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in... And is the... a little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. Now Sacramento's starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Holmes in at the 5. Home in the paint. And for Minnesota, Beasley is out there with Russell. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. Far toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall. Others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Holmes down low, defended by Towns. Fox against Towns, and Fox gets it to go.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome, absolutely awesome, getting good positioning close to the basket.
Russell passes to Beasley. Inside, Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's Okogie, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Outstanding vision from Karl Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Out to the right wing. Okogie, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that one's good. Towns.
Red hot so far. 4 for 4. Cooking with gas. Couldn't draw it up any better. Well, you've got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft. And really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them.
Bogdanovich against Beasley. Hangs. The shot, no good. Good D by Bogdanovich.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around, because he wasn't highly touted in college, but I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
Beasley kicks to Russell. Dishes it to Towns, puts the move on, and the dunk by Towns.
Well, I tell you what, so hard trying to corral Towns. He's got excellent strength, good feet, good hands, and he's got a will to score the ball that you've got to appreciate.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Rockets in Houston. Here's Len, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Kicks it to Johnson. Pass to Culver. Here's Layman. He's covered by Joseph. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. .124 left in the first quarter of the game.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. The Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys. It could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
Here's Reed. Banked in off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 3. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Passes it to Reed. He feeds it to Johnson. Noel covered by Hield. Johnson, the pass to Reed. 4 on the shot clock. Johnson can't get it to go.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
And Bazemore kicks to Hield. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Gets it off. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. It's been off. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
We've got Culver. Johnson is out there with Layman, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. And he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, it's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling. And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you.
Yeah, Joseph adept at finding his open teammates, and that's exactly what you want from your point guard.
Parker with the steal. Right side, Joseph. Here's Hield. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Noel. Rebound by Parker. The Kings have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Joseph, the pass to Parker. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve the rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Layman pass to Johnson. That shot missing, and the Kings going the other way now. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. And that one's good. Parker.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. 5th, the Timberwolves.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
And the Kings making a change here. Bjelica. He checks in for Alex Len. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Hield. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Corey Joseph. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for James Johnson. Parker dishes to Bogdanovic. Sacramento moving it around. Bjelica passes to Parker. And the dunk by Parker.
And when and if you allow Parker to get to the basket, I mean, you risk seeing him punch it right in your mug. I mean, his athletic ability is deceptive, but it's real.
Beasley for 3. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Barnes kicks to Parker. And it's blocked, and they're able to recover. Russell with a wide-open look. It's hauled in by the Kings.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Beasley outside. Back to Hernangomez. Left side, Towns. Beasley with a clean look. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And it's 8 points for Beasley. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And that one's good. Towns.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
And the turnover again by Sacramento. Here's a look at what's coming up now for the Sacramento Kings. On Sunday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
The Kings trail by 3. Looking to end the run, and it's Fox with the jam.
And Fox is so good in the open floor, Kevin. Whether he's passing to teammates or doing his own grocery bagging, this dude's a major threat in the open space.
Russell from long range. Rebound by Bjelica. For Sacramento, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Outside, Bogdanovic. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And some changes here for the Kings. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Harry Giles comes in for Bjelica. And it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. There's Russell with the 3. Up again. Rebound by the Kings. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Fox, the bounce pass. Just 3 on the clock. No good on the layup. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everyone. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds. And
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Richaun Holmes out there with Bielitsa, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Here's Russell with the 3. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Fox.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina, Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
The Bielitsa misses. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot up 3. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
Bogdanovich against Beasley. The jump hook. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Okogie. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Hernan Gomez against Bielitsa. Hernan Gomez passes to Beasley. Here's Okogie. Shot clock at 6. Russell finds Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Bogdanovich. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's around 14 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Here's Russell. Lays it up and banks it in. Russell's got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
To the left wing, here's Culver. No good with the triple. And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 3-point game. 1:53 left to play in the third. And that one's good. Barnes. Clark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
Sacramento making some changes. Giles checked in for Len, and Parker subbed in for Bielitsa. So Johnson hits 2 of them. And so here's Sacramento. Over in the corner, Barnes. Back to Fox. Out to the wing. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Here's Giles. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Kings have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Reed the pass to Layman, and stolen by Barnes. 3-on-3. Here's Fox. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. Pass to Reed. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
For Minnesota, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line. Okogie's checked in for the Timberwolves. Malik Beasley comes in for Culver. And a change for Sacramento. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And it's Fox with the jam.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, boy, he's fun to watch.
Now the pass to Beasley. Russell with it. Covered by Hield. Here's Reed. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Reed's got 4 points in the quarter.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
To the inside, and taken away by Johnson. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And here we go.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Kings lead by... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley out there with Russell, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Kings.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Fox passes to Giles. And that one is hammered home.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
Beasley kicks to Hernan Gomez. Pass to Okogie. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. G right on him.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Pulls up, and there are the Kings with another bucket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Timberwolves trail by 5. And Beasley, here we go. Towns kicks to Hernan Gomez. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Sacramento making some changes. Bielitsa comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Bogdanovich in for Hield. Bogdanovich dishes to Barnes from the baseline. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Russell finds Towns. Back to Russell. Okogie, the pass to Towns. Russell against Fox. A little shot fake there, got the D out of position. Now it's a 7-point Kings lead.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Fox continues to get better from the mid-range, just the way he wants to.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Pass to Okogie. A second chance effort, and Towns gets it to go.
Yeah, you know, the energy, the hustle, the length and reach, Towns using it all to perfection when he attacks the offensive glass.
And it's Fox with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going. Man, how about the cool, calm collectedness of Towns? Helps him come through when the game gets snug.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hernan Gomez passes to Russell. Pass to Okogie. There's the three. But they'll get another chance. Here's Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you try to look for weaknesses in Towns' game, but really not much there to speak of, particularly at the foul line, where he's been terrific.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Towns drops them both.
He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Here's Holmes. Barnes outside. He can't get that one to fall. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Russell dishes to Towns. Rebound by Bielitsa.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Fox keeps it alive. Beasley with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. And it's Russell in the corner. The kick out to Towns. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Just 5 to shoot. Down low. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
And Beasley, here we go. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
It's in!
Yeah, I love how Fox uses that wiry frame of his. He's eel-like in his ability to get to spots he wants to get to. He's always under control despite playing at a high rate of speed.
Russell feeling it out a bit. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Absolutely amazing, Kevin. This young man is so money, and his teammates absolutely love him. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
Pass to Hield. Over in the corner, Barnes. And so Sacramento again turning it over.
Huge turnover at really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
That's what I've been doing.
So I know you're big into 2K. What modes do you jump into?
Right now, my favorite is actually going to the park and playing 3v3 and also Pro-Am. A little bit more Pro-Am now because 3v3 sometimes is like not as realistic as I think 5v5 is.
So the WNBA is in 2K20.
The dome of the California Capitol building lit up dramatically here at our broadcast location in Sacramento. DA. Well, you're right, DA. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Rudy wanted it more than anyone else. He's going to be around for a long time. Look forward to watching him.
Barnes finds Bielitsa. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, no sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of runs themselves.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
And he did great work on the defensive end, too, with 3 steals on the night.
Second shot opportunity. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Catching fire. When you have a shooter like Ingles, it's a great play to run.
Barnes passes to Bielitsa. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City.
And it was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
A drive by Barnes, and he comes up with the deuce.
Exceptional work from Barnes. The defense was aggressive with him, but he is so accomplished at finding ways to get the job done around them.
And really deep through that time.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Bielitsa against Ingles. Shot by Bielitsa and nobody around. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
When the defense is non-existent like they were there, it's pretty easy to score like he did.
Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Fox. Shoots. A putback, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Pass to Ingles. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Holmes.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. But Joe Ingles, Smitty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
For the Sacramento Kings, their last game a loss to the Pelicans. Good ball movement here by the Kings. And the dunk by Bielitsa.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Alex Lenz checked in for Sacramento. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. The Jazz also changing it up. Clarkson comes in for O'Neal, and it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Here's Fox following the basket by Emmanuel Moutier. Here's Hield. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Clarkson. The offensive rebound. There's the pass to Moutier. Mitchell outside. Over Hield. Here's Gobert. They shoot again. He takes it up and lays it in. Gobert's got 6.
Nice job by Rudy Gobert. What concentration on that shot by the big fella.
Len high post. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Pass to Clarkson. Over Barnes. And misses it off the right side of the rim. It's stolen by Moutier. Here's Mitchell. Misses the wing check.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Barnes kicks to Fox. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now Mitchell. 1 second left. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that.
The ups and downs of injuries and
great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Giles is out there with Parker, and it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Moutier against Joseph. Here's Niang. Tips it, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in. Gobert's got 8 points.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Clarkson passes to Moutier. Back to Clarkson from deep three-point range. Utah gets it back, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Stand with it, and Gobert with the high-flying tip dunk.
Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Royce O'Neal comes in for Gobert, and Mike Conley subbed in for Moutier. Bazemore, no one around him. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Bazemore's got the lead up to 6 now for Sacramento. From deep. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play. He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
And the Kings making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
Utah trailing here. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Back to Giles. Tries a 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Shot on the wing. And Utah again with the bucket.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Passes it to O'Neal. From 12 feet out, Niang, the tip in on the offensive rebound. And the Jazz lead by 1.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fox.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Lenz checked in for Giles. Richaun Holmes comes in for Jabari Parker. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play. I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Fox passes to Bazemore. The tray. It's good from long range. Fox has got 5 now.
And Fox must continue to work on that shot. When he's knocking it down from there, boy, the D is in trouble.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Len with it. Davis is on it. Len finds Holmes. Poked away. Now, here's Ingles. 20 points for him last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Here's Fox. Here's Holmes. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's a 6-point Kings lead.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Bucket is good.
Oh, that's easy offense. Hard to stay in front of Mitchell. It takes a collective effort defensively.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Kings on top. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how a pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period. And that's going to do it for us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
So on the floor for Utah. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
It's Bjelica. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Bjelica's got 8 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Fox with the steal. Bjelica with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
Pass to O'Neal. Goes up on the wing. That one wide left. And so Fox will bring it up for Sacramento. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. The 3 buries the long-range jumper. He's got 10.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Now the pass to O'Neal. Pass to Ingles, and stolen by Bogdanovic. And Fox with a clear path to the basket.
Whoa, 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 the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly, caught the defense totally off guard. And he makes that one. And it's 7 points for Conley.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Sacramento.
Fox finds Bjelica. Over Ingles. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything. You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Bielitsa passes to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now. They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Jabari Parker comes in for Barnes. On a Hield, he's checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. And the Kings making a change here. Len's checked in. Utah also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's George Niang in for O'Neal. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And Gobert kicks to Niang. Here's Clarkson trying to get open as Davis controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Left side Joseph from the arc. A rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facilities.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
Passes to Len. And the dunk by Len.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Here's Niang. A three-pointer off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Giles, that's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Moutier with the basket. Moutier's got his second bucket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
De'Aaron Fox is checked in for Joseph. The Jazz also changing it up. Joe Ingles comes in for Ed Davis. And O'Neal subbed in for George Niang. Parker passes to Fox. And the call will be against Alex Len. That is his first foul of the game. Jazz trail by 14. Moutier with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Over Fox. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 14.
And as Rudy Gobert has been adding bulk, he's only getting better at finishing through contact.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Kings. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Kings. That's at the point with Hield to his side. They're the backcourt. Bielitsa is out there with Giles, and it's Len in at the center, locking down the middle. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a game for Rudy. We don't expect this every night, but it's an encouraging sign.
And Bielitsa kicks to Giles. And again, it's Sacramento converting. Steve, the player tracking data is kind of an interesting thing. It's a big part of scouting now. In fact, AI can accumulate that right from the TV feed, which to me is amazing.
It is. I think if it doesn't distract or take away from our game, to have that type of information live and from a player being able to play in a game, I think is helpful for everything, for scouting, for, I would say, health reasons, for guys, conditioning. I love it, as long as it doesn't distract from the game.
That's a good point. It's Gobert with the ball for the Jazz. It's a 14-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Mudiay with the basket. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Giles, the pass to Len. Here's Hield. Misses from close range. Jazz trail by 12. To the paint. And the basket by Ingles.
Nice job by Ingles. Competes hard, tough. He's a glue guy. He helps keep this team together.
Here's Len. The shot from the low post is good. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And it's good for 2. Mudiay's got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Len finds Bjelica, and that's good. Lead pass to get it done. And the Kings lead by 12.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Fox with the steal. And now the Kings fast break. Fox leading the charge. Hield with the bucket.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
It's going by Hield.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Mudiay looking around. Beyond the arc. Sacramento grabs the miss. Len's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Hield. Rebound, Utah. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Mudiay. And Utah turns it over again. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Harry Giles. Utah also making some changes. Mitchell comes in for Clarkson, and it's Mike Conley in for Mudiay. Outside, Fox. It's Bjelica. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Kings.
They simply ran them off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Bjelica. Brewer comes in for Barnes. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Buddy Hield. Kicks it out to Mitchell. 1:03 left here in the fourth quarter.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Fox passes to Brewer. The kick out to Fox. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Bjelica, who checks in for Sacramento. Jazz have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. To the wing on the left, Oni. From outside, off the mark.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
Here's Brewer, and he banks in the layup.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Oni, the Jazz with another miss. Here's Sacramento. They're on a 14-5 run. And the pass to Holmes. Here's Fox. Utah with the rebound. And stolen by Bjelica. And here's Bogdanovic. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that wasn't. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Who else you got playing?
You know, I have a few girls. I have Shakita, I have Hazel, I have Alicia. Sorry, it's a lot of names. Wendy, and then on the WNBA side, myself, of course, Angel McCartry, Diamond Shields, and Brittany Griner. And for me, it's like, okay, how can I empower women? Well, let's have the women that you see in sports.
Traffic heading in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Well, D.A. He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. Doris, these two teams hang their hats on their three-point shooting.
They certainly do, Kevin. And the feeling in today's game is you could never have too much shooting. If you have got 5 guys on the floor at any given time, all of whom are a threat, boy, as a coach, what a luxury.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. One for Minnesota. Russell is out there with Beasley. Then it's Karl-Anthony Towns. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Conley dishes to O'Neal. Pass to Ingles, over Russell, and the basket by Ingles.
Well, I'll tell you, if you play off Joe Ingles, he is going to make the catch-and-shoot jump shot. You better be there on the catch.
Towns, the pass to Russell, makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And it's Mitchell missing.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Okogie. Down low, here's Beasley. O'Neal with the rebound.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And one of those blue guys, Joe Ingles. Doris, talk about what he's brought to the table.
Oh, he brings so much to the table. Joe is an excellent shooter and passer. Mentally, he's got a great IQ. He's a leader, a communicator. And I'll say this to you, on the defensive end, they typically give him a very tough guard. Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders. Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Russell finds Hernan Gomez. Left side, Towns. That one drops for him. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling.
Here's Russell. Rudy Gobert picking up that nice basket.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Good.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Beasley for 3. He can't hit that time. And it's Utah the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. That gives them the lead. Conley's got his second basket of the game.
Gotta admire how clever Conley is. Gifted at catching the defense off guard with that soft floater.
Towns, the pass to Hernan Gomez.
You think about the Timberwolves, the one thing that seems elusive for this organization has been consistency. They have had the talent. They've had good coaching. The problem is they haven't yet put those two areas together.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Utah. They trail by 1. And Moutier throws it down.
This is a strength of Moutier's, right? Get into the lane, put your speed to good use.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And the Wolves, Doris, one of only 11 franchises to have never won a championship. In fact, they've made the Western Conference Finals only once.
I think one of their challenges, at least in this latest run, has been they're competing with a very young core. And certainly you have added veterans to the group. The problem is the core guys have to understand how to step up when it's winning time. What we understand is playoff performance is most important.
1:07 left here in the opening quarter. Kicks it to Johnson. The baseline jumper goes down.
You know, they worked the ball into ideal position there to get the high-quality look.
Here's Moutier. Davis, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Noel, he's covered by Clarkson. Reed the pass to Johnson. Inside. Reed gets the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And there's the pass to Clarkson. And here's Moutier. Jazz passing it around. Here's Gobert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Johnson.
Boy, Rudy Gobert has really worked to expand his game. Now challenging guys off the dribble drive. My goodness.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Layman's checked in. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Noel, he's covered by Clarkson. Layman pass to Johnson. In deep. Here's Reed. Over Gobert. Reed misses. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Jazz out in front, leading by 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. We've got Davis. Emmanuel Moutier out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Niang in at the 3, the small forward.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Gobert finds Davis with the tip. Great positioning on the putback. Moutier's got his second bucket.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And again, Minnesota will turn it over. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Now, here's Mitchell. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Conley gets the bucket. Boys, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They're thrilling. I would agree. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Towns against Mitchell. Towns dishes to Johnson. And that one goes long. Utah leading by 5. On pass to Conley. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And then Culver with the dunk.
And that attacking mindset. When Culver sees an opportunity like that, he just grabs it.
Here's Mitchell. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And there it is for him. Now just a 1-point Jazz lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Well, Joe Ingles is the master at staying under control as he tries to finish. He is so fundamentally sound.
Some changes for Minnesota. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Johnson. Okogie comes in for Jake Layman. And it's Malik Beasley in for Culver.
And the playmaking of Joe Ingles, such a valuable asset for the Jazz.
Well, Greg, they've needed more shot creation, and his growth in that regard, especially operating in the pick and roll, such a big lift to their offense. Well, it's important that D'Angelo Russell keep making shots from deep. This is an aspect of his game he's starting to sharpen.
For the three, Hernangomez grabs the miss for Minnesota. They've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. To the right side. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And it's sent back by Russell.
Well, that's the energy and effort that D'Angelo Russell brings on the defensive end. This guy has got the ability to be a factor there.
Towns with the bucket. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Russell against Conley. He kicks to Mitchell. Puts one up from 19. And he makes good on the layup. 6 points for Rudy Gobert.
Well, Rudy Gobert with the size and length, they factor on the glass right now.
Russell passes to Okogie. Here's Hernangomez. Good, nice job down low. And the Timberwolves lead by 1. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Count it. Ingles has got 8 points.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Towns. Kept alive, Minnesota. Here's Okogie. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Ingles. This is to O'Neal. The Jazz working the ball around now. The drive by Mitchell. Rebound by Okogie.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Russell passes to Okogie. On its way from Beasley. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. They did jump out to a lead in the opener. And that'll do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
They've got Towns, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Hernangomez in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Jazz trail by 3.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
And Greg, you talked to Conley, he'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Now here's Towns. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns, and Towns throws it down.
The big cat climbs up and flushes it home.
Here's O'Neal. Gobert dishes to O'Neal. Passes it to Conley. But they get it back. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Over Russell. And it's Mitchell missing. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Okogie. Lays it up off the glass. Okogie's got 7 points in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
On the wing, Mitchell. Outside Conley. Here's Ingles. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Beasley. Back to Towns. And that one is off. Gobert with the defensive effort. To the middle. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Mitchell against Beasley. Rebound, Minnesota. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. Here's Ingles. Here's Gobert. Got a piece of it. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Towns. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, you want to see this from Karl Anthony Towns. He's got the size, the length, and the touch to take and make high-percentage shots.
Here's O'Neal. Another shot. And the rejection by Towns. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley.
He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
And you think about the Wolves' history. KG clearly their best player, but Big Cat has a chance to reach that level someday.
He does, Greg, and I think we always look through KG's legacy being defined by passion, commitment, and leadership. That was as important as his basketball skill. Karl Anthony Towns is similarly talented, right? I think the key is he just needs to find consistency. That's the last step.
Raymond, he's checked in for Minnesota. And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Mudiay certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
Now here's Johnson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Reed the pass to Johnson. Plays it up and banks it in. Johnson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
A second chance effort. Here's Niang. Davis kicks to Ingles. Back to Davis. The Jazz working the ball around now. Another miss by Utah. Minnesota leading by 6. Noel. And he banks in the layup.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Mudiay. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
Noel, a beautiful reverse layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, when Moutier plays with passion, this guy capable of converting through contact.
Okogie's checked in for Minnesota. The Jazz have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Now here's Johnson. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Reed misses.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
And the basket by Ingles.
I'll tell you, this guy recognizes when driving lanes are available. Joe Ingles waits until it opens and then seizes the opportunity.
It's stolen by Moutier. An even 3-on-3 break. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
And that one misses.
The one thing with Clarkson, sometimes he can get a little out of control. And he does a tremendous job creating offense and putting himself in a position to attack.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Timberwolves lead by 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Hey, yo, get on Russell. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Jordan Clarkson. He's out there with Moutier. Joe Ingles is out there with Davis. And it's Niang in at the 4 slot. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
How about Jordan Clarkson, the ability at his position to absorb contact and finish the play?
Okogie, the pass to Johnson, to the paint. Here's Reed. No good on that one. Davis with some nice D.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Ingles kicks to Clarkson to take the lead. The pass to Niang. Over Johnson. Again, the Jazz score.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Here's Okogie. The rebound by Niang. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Boy, you can see when Moutier gets the hot hand, he's going to stay aggressive.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Johnson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Utah also making some changes. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. Hernan Gomez comes in for James Johnson. Utah also making some changes. Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. Joe Ingles comes in for George Niang. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Clarkson. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
That's his second. Shooting for Minnesota, Juan Hernan Gomez.
Free throw good, Hernan Gomez. He hits both from the stripe. Utah has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And contact on the shot, so and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Ryan Saunders told his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
All right, David, thanks. Conley into the lane. The putback, and there's Gobert putting it right back in. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
It's stolen by Gobert. Here's O'Neal. That one goes in. Now it's a 4-point Jazz lead.
Well, to me, this is what great point guards do. Donovan Mitchell demonstrated just how skilled he is at connecting with open teammates.
Here's Gobert. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
There's Russell with the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's lets it go from 11. Ingles can't get it to go. The Timberwolves have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Kobe, the pass to Hernan Gomez. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. .112 left in the game. Russell against Conley. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 6.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip. Well, Russell is just absolutely fearless. He'll be the hero or the GOAT in that instance. Yes, sir, hero.
Here's Mitchell. After D'Angelo Russell's bucket, the drive by Mitchell. Back to O'Neal. Outside Conley. Clock at 6. Now, here is O'Neal. Defense is right there. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. James Johnson's checked in for Juan Hernan Gomez.
James Johnson.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Minnesota. Out to the right wing. Towns, the pass to Okogie. Towns down low. Gobert on him. Got a hand on it.
Wow, Joe Ingles sends it back twice on the pipes. Big-time defensive play.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
8 seconds left in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul. first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Fourth selection back in the 07 draft. Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 4. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I know you're also involved in Gamer.vote. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Gamer.vote, I think it's amazing because as gamers, we make up about 136 million plus gamers in the world, right? That's a lot of people, right? And right now, with everything we're facing, and
This is an aerial view of our local. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Beasley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. We've got Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Richaun Holmes out there with Bielitsa, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Now here's Barnes after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Fox kicks to Barnes, tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Russell, no luck. On offense, here are the Kings. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. And tonight a matchup of inexperienced teams, young ball clubs. Brent, talk about some of the challenges that come with coaching a team so young.
I think the idea for most of the coaches is they see it in the eyes of the players. They want everything now. They want it so fast, and they're not quite sure about the steps to get to the end game. That's the most important thing for a coach, is to talk about the small steps throughout any given season that the coach can put in front of them. And some of those challenges, you find out also which of the guys are willing to accept the team challenge as opposed to the individual one.
But challenging nonetheless in every way.
Oh, yeah, and for 8 months of it, Kevin.
Yeah.
So get ready for massive parenting for the year for this coaching staff.
Step back on that one and let it fly.
Well, Fox trying to work on that outside jump shot, become more consistent. Nice bucket there.
Beasley, the pass to Towns, and Towns throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. The pass to Okogie. Back to Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense. And it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 9-point game his last outing. Russell against Fox. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And with this chance, we can show you the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Those are the season's top shot blocking teams. 5th, the Timberwolves.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Here's Towns. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And, Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
And finished off by Hernangomez.
What a fantastic finish there on the break.
Man, what about that pass? Eyes in the back of my head. Delivers it right on the money.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Alex Lenz checked in for Richaun Holmes. Harry Giles comes in for Barnes. Fields checked in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Shot from 12. And Culver pulls it down. Timberwolves trail by 6. To the middle, here's Reed. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Bielitsa's game might be mostly finesse, but there are times when he gets aggressive.
So it's Minnesota now. The Kings getting the bucket. Johnson, that's for 2. They get it back. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
So it's Minnesota now, after the missed 3 from Buddy Hield.
Well, they've been striving towards it for years now, and the Kings are finally one of the premier up-tempo teams.
Well, it works for them when you have a guy like De'Aaron Fox out there to blast off on any possession. You surround him with great shooters in Bogdanovich and Hield. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense on a nightly basis throughout the course of a regular season.
Parker's checked in for the Kings. Ken Bazemore comes in for Bielitsa. Unloads from 9. Here's Culver. The shape. Sacramento grabs the miss.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if they're going to keep missing layups.
Second chance shot, and Parker puts it in.
Your small forward stays active like Jabari Parker did that time down low. You'll get second chance opportunities.
Layman, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Len. Hield outside. That will count. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage for the...
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
You don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Johnson. Layman is out there with Culver. And it's Reed in at the 5, home in the paint.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11", and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. He gets that one.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
It's stolen by Johnson. Outside, Towns. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Misses the baby hook. Kings leading now by 8. In the corner, it's Hield. Parker trying to free himself up, and Hield gets it to go on the assist by Parker. 6 points for Buddy Hield.
That's a good read by Jabari, a solid passer, and he knew he could reward a teammate that time.
Now here's Hield. He's tightly guarded. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Outside, Joseph. Launches it. Another three for Sacramento.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Towns kicks to Culver. Here's Layman. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Kings have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Bazemore misses.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Timberwolves passing it around. And Towns gets it to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Towns with the ball. Here's Culver. Oh, that's blocked.
Sensational coverage by Bazemore there. His length makes him a threat to always be able to block shots like that.
No problems knocking that one down. Hield's got 8 here in the quarter.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
And it's Towns missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Passes it to Len. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, he's a high percentage shooter that close. Len being aggressive right now every time he's getting the ball in the paint.
Fires the three. Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock. He gets it in there. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Kent Bazemore knows that his contributions come from being active and Bazemore becoming a better passer.
And he comes up with the deuce. 6 points for Johnson.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Kings have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this one.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Giles checked in for Alex Len. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. And it's Fox in for Joseph.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Giles. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Parker. Rebounded by Holmes. Kings leading now by 16. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. It's good.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovic.
Russell looking around. Misses off the right eye. Nobody near Barnes. Buddy Hield has been leading the charge for Sacramento. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They are in control of this game. Up. And that'll...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One guy who's been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Fox and Bogdanovic pair up at the 1 and the 2. Pajalica is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the center. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Kicks it to Fox. There's the triple. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Timberwolves trail by 17. Towns dishes to Russell. From deep. And there's the goal on Karl Anthony Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. And here are the Kings now. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. And now Minnesota on the fast break. All going up court. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Beasley with the steal. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Kings leading now by 13. It's Bjelica. Moves back up. And it's good on the way in. Bjelica's got 9 points.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Here's Fox. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Kings lead by 17. Here's Towns. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? Can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as
both
a big.
ends of the floor. I totally agree. Fox passes to Holmes. It's deflected. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And up the court come the Kings on the break. And the dunk by Bjelica.
Like to see Fox with that fast, quick decision on the defensive end of the floor.
Pass to Okogie. Inside Towns. Outside Russell. Fox with the steal. Lobbed up there for Fox. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Back to Beasley. Rebound by the Kings. Holmes got his 6th rebound on the night. The drive by Barnes. Makes it off the glass. Barnes has got 6 points.
Got to respect the take-charge attitude that Barnes is showing right now.
And even though he stands 6'10", Holmes plays taller than that.
He does, mostly, Kevin, because of that length. He stretches out and uses that quick jump and can block some shots and deter a few guys from trying to do some things offensively. I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Here's Fox, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Fox had quite a year in Kentucky before he decided to turn pro and became the 5th pick in 2017 in the NBA draft.
The Kings making a switch here. Giles is checked in. Timberwolves trail by 14. Okogie, the pass to Johnson. Here's Layman. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Layman's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Giles kicks to Fox. The pass to Giles. Back to Fox. 5 to shoot. They get it again. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Okogie, the rebound by Giles. Giles has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Bielitsa's got 7 points for the quarter. Culver passes to Reed. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Harrison Barnes picks one up. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here's Giles. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Deep 2 from Russell. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Sacramento Kings. Their lead at... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Good work there as it goes. Bielitsa's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Now, this is going to be tough to overcome when Bielitsa becomes this dangerous offensively.
Okogie, the pass to Beasley. Johnson against Fox. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That's going to send Nemanja Bjelica to the line. That one's on Johnson. Well, for Bjelica, he's not the most athletic player on the floor, but Brent, he produces.
Bjelica, one of those guys who can flow into a transition and stop 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line and drill you from there. So a nice guy as a secondary option on the break is Bjelica.
And Russell gets it to go.
And sensing the situation, Russell with the stop and pop. Nice choice.
Barnes passes to Bjelica. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Inside, Reed, and he uses the glass on the layup.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Barnes kicks to Bogdanovich. A 3-ball. Good on the 3-point shot.
I think he's just going to get more and more confident from behind the arc and become a more consistent scorer in this league as time goes by.
Okogie misses.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points. Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, from the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
Not in
NBA.
today's game, and not with what's at stake.
Good ball movement here by the Kings. Bjelica passes to Holmes. Back to Bjelica. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Petty play by Bjelica.
And he makes the first. Jabari Parker's checked in for the Kings. Corey Joseph comes in for De'Aaron Fox. And so he makes both from the line. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And here's Hernan Gomez outside. It's hauled in by the Kings. Parker inside, covered by Evans. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Parker doing a good job of moving his body and playing with pace. He's making the defense get a bit too handsy down there.
Giles checked in for the Kings. Minnesota's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Offensive rebound, Noel. That shot off the mark.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
At the line for your Kings, Corey Joseph.
And he knocks down the first one. Brett, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Parker kicks to Brewer. From deep three-point range, great positioning on the putback.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Here's Giles. Now Parker. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
don't miss something until it's gone. Thankfully, the wait is over because it's all back. Well, with a slight twist. It's the game you love, like we've never seen it before. 22 teams.
The beautiful, dramatic setting here in... And David, thanks, D.A. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an All-Star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team NBA.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Richaun Holmes out there at Bielitsa, and it's Barnes in at the small forward position. And for Utah, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Jazz passing it around. Here's Mitchell. Misses the 3. And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. That's tipped. Holmes kicks to Bielitsa. Back to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Now that's team basketball. Bielitsa doing a nice job getting the ball to the open man.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Fires it up. The shot missing. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Chris, when Bielitsa is on the floor, he certainly gives this offense a different look.
Yeah, Bielitsa does a fantastic job spreading the floor and opening the lanes for the rest of the team. He doesn't have to play 30 minutes to make his impact felt out there on the floor. Just key stretches to free things up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Gobert. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Bogdanovich finds Bielitsa. Buries the easy one. Bielitsa's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
3 for 4 to start. I mean, he's going to try to keep this streak going as long as he can.
Ingles.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. George Niang, he's checked in for O'Neal. Clarkson comes in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. And then for Sacramento, Alex Lenz checked in for Richaun Holmes. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. And Hield subbed in for Bogdanovich.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Hield dishes to Barnes. Goes up the baseline. Again, Sacramento. It's Gobert with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Baseline jumper. And again, it's Utah. The Kings trail by 4. Barnes left side. Here's Giles. That 3 off the mark. Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Shoots from the baseline. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Barnes kicks to Len. Gobert with the defensive effort.
He's not an easy man to stop, and he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
They grab their own miss. Clarkson on the wing. From outside the arc. They get it back.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Barnes. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Sacramento again missing. Clarkson finds Moutier. It's stolen by Hield. Giles the pass to Fox. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
One of the most lethal shooters in the league. All Hill needs is a little daylight, and he's set.
It's stolen by Hield. And it's Fox with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. We come back right after this. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley said.
He's one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Peyton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Jazz so far, what's your take?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Sacramento, Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Parker out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Len in at the 5. Now here's Hield. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Bazemore, no one around him. And the dunk by Len.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on it, you pay the consequences.
Utah with the ball. Sacramento making their last shot. Scooped up. Back to Clarkson. Fires the 3. Good on the triple.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Len. He had 15 points last outing.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang. You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you played for.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put in enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you got to love.
Right. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backcourt.
Parker's shot is off.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Here's Gobert. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Pelicans. Joseph not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Jazz leading by 4. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. And the Jazz with some changes. O'Neal's check in for Gobert. Mitchell comes in for Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Moutier. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Bielitsa comes in for Buddy Hield. Joseph, the pass to Bielitsa. Now, here's Holmes. Tries again, and it's good on the layup.
Toughness and energy on the boards, and an easy putback to show forward.
Right wing, here's O'Neal. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Parker inside. Yep, that one goes. Parker's got 4 points in the quarter.
And hey, that wasn't easy, but Parker was just committed to scoring no matter what.
Conley kicks to O'Neal. On deep. Joseph with the rebound.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Bielitsa finds Parker. Utah with the rebound. Niang's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The 17-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
Their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually, he drops those in between jumpers.
Parker inside. He's guarded by Davis. And the shot is good. 6 points for Jabari Parker.
And reading shot trajectories is a skill that Parker has worked on over the years.
Mitchell wide open. Oh, and he got the ball.
What focus from him right there. Nice.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to, from the get-go, it was Utah that came out strong. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Joe Ingles getting it done today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Back to Conley. Here's Mitchell. A 3-pointer, no good. The Kings trailing. Bogdanovich passes to Bielitsa. Sacramento moving it around. Fox kicks to Bielitsa. The pass to Holmes. For the tie. Bielitsa. It's good on the putback. Bielitsa's got the game tied up here for the Kings.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Got that one up quick. And it's 8 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Fox finds Barnes. Down low, here's Holmes. Banked in off the glass. Holmes got 8 points.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Pass to O'Neal for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists in the game. And here's Conley outside. Rebound by Bielitsa. Bielitsa's got 4 rebounds in this game.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Barnes. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 3-point Kings lead.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Ingles can't get it to go.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Fox passes to Bielitsa. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bielitsa's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
On offense, here are the Kings. They're on a 12-3 run.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, helped him to hold his own.
Sacramento shooting their first free throws of this.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Ed Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for O'Neal. Then for the Kings, Harry Giles is checked in for Rashawn Holmes, and it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Right nowadays, teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Here's Moutier. Another miss by Utah. Kings leading now by 7. Shot by Bielitsa and nobody around. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Ingles. The layup missed.
You know, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that shouldn't be easy.
Fox kicks to Giles. Ingles against Bielitsa. Here's Giles. Yep, that one goes in there. Giles has got the lead up to 9 now for Sacramento.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And it's good, 2 points.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Barnes passes to Giles. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Giles has got 4 points this quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
With the putback, Davis on the follow.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles. Giles has got 8 points.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Oh, just a dream scenario for them so far. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. 3-pointer on the way. Rebound, Utah. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Clarkson.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
The Kings have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. On the free throw, no good. And so it's the Sacramento Kings bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Fox and Bogdanovic pair up at the 1 and the 2. Buddy Hield is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Giles in at the center position. Bogdanovich with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. And it's Fox with the jam.
Passes like that help develop team chemistry. Bogdanovich, I love the display of unselfishness.
And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Utah. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the Kings. Back to Bogdanovich. Sacramento moving it around. Gobert with the block. Here's Mitchell. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Good luck trying to stop Conley. Even when you hit him, he figures out ways to score.
That's good from Conley. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting Ja Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
Yeah, I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Shoots. Rebounded by Holmes. And so Fox will bring it up for the Kings. Hield finds Fox. Here's Giles. Stolen by Mitchell. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. O'Neal passes to Gobert. Lets it go. Kept alive. Out to Conley. From deep three-point range. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bjelica. He checks in for Harry Giles. Pass to Bjelica. A rebound by the Jazz. Ingles has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Conley. Gobert the pass to Conley. Fox with the steal. And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Hield. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 5 assists tonight. Here's Mitchell. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Outside, Fox. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. And it's a 12-point Sacramento lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And here's Conley outside. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 8th rebound here tonight. Fox against Mitchell. Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3-ball. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way and got burned for it.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Kings.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
The three-point shot is wet. Bogdanovich looking calm, cool, and collective whenever he pulls up from that. Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Here's Fox. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You can tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Kings lead by 21.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
This is Fox at his very best. He's so hard to stop when he's attacking with force.
Conley with the three, and the three ball is good. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hield kicks to Bjelica. Outside Bogdanovic. From deep. Off on that one.
Cornerstone of Conley's game. He takes a lot of pride in making life difficult.
And so it's Sacramento